Get ready to enter the vortex. The Anal Retentive Housewife, starring Vandita. Today's episode, A Shelf's Life.
Hello, I'm on now. The red light is on. And welcome to another episode of The Anal Retentive Housewife. I'm Vandita, also known as The Anal Retentive Housewife. Today's episode is on cleaning, organizing, extending the shelf life of your shelves. So, and in an effort to stay on time, now I have a timer that it was a parting gift from a former employer. Okay, I'm joking. Alright, let's see, lots of things to talk about. First of all, let's see, vote. That's November something or the other. First Tuesday in November, vote. This year, for the first time, you can do a permanent absentee ballot, which means that you get a form from the registrar of voters and you can be permanently absentee from voting with the riffraff at the polling locations. But that means you do have to vote every election. If you miss one, you're out and you have to go back to being a sometime absentee. So it'd be like an absentee. Okay. I had to do a lot of pre-work on these shelves before I even got the show started, unfortunately. First of all, I had to check and verify that each of these little shelf holders was in place, was coordinated with all the other shelf holders in this particular cabinet, was functional in the right spacing, and I don't like to have one shelf like way up high and then different heights. It's easier just to make them all the same height consistently, unless you're talking about, beverages. So I did that. Then I removed old little doodad pieces from shelf holders that broke. Many break in the past. Then I measured in the back and put additional supports in the back, and there are some pre-drilled holes in the front here, and I put additional supports in the front. That took a lot more time than you would think, because I had to clean out like I said, the old doodads, the wood splints, and some of them I had to make the hole bigger, and some of them I cut off the little end a little bit because I didn't feel like doing that. I had to do measurements. Once I made the measurement and drilled a hole in the cabinetry here, I had to erase my pen and pencil marks so that they're not there for other people to see. Let's see, what else did I do? I haven't actually cleaned yet. This is all pre-work on organizing this and getting this ready to go. I took the shelves, and because they're one giant piece of chipboard, sorry to say, the sides and the back were chipped a little bit, so I had to sand them down and smooth them, just so I wouldn't get wood splints in the future and when I put them back up. Then I organized my little shelf holders by type and variety. They're almost like grapes. These ones have nails. Let's see. And these ones are just regular, but the little doodad's too big, so these are the ones I had to cut in half. Okay, so we can put that to the side. Oh. Here's my sanding sheet, very nice, easy, portable, not like those big ones. And then you can put it in a nice little Ziploc baggie so that the dust doesn't go on your other sanding pads or whatever you have in your tool chest. Okay, then, nothing in here. Okay, then I have my assortment of tools, which are, they're all good grips because they're softer and that way I don't ruin my hands as much. box cutter. I know those are not in vogue anymore, but you do need them every once in a while. Pliers, adjustable. Tape measures, I can measure the height of the shelves. Hammer. Oh yeah, I broke a couple of nails preparing for the show. And I hit my head on the cabinet a couple times, but you guys didn't see that, although you probably will, because I'll do it at some point. And screwdriver, and I can change from the little 2-point or flat to Phillips or 4-point. It just turns around. Okay. Then finally, I collected, let's see, a whole sheet of brown dots. All these dots. These are not to eat. They have sticky stuff on the other side, and you put them in strategic locations on the door so that it doesn't make a nice banging noise, but rather falls upon itself smoothly. So I took the old ones out, and in the process of doing that, I realized that there's still some sticky stuff on there. So I have some sticky stuff remover, and I really like this stuff, and a sticky stuff remover implement tool, just in case. Alright. Also, when I looked at the wood, I checked it for warps, and also to see if it was bowed in the middle, and in which case I'll turn it upside down so it can get bowed on the other side. Sort of like changing your mattress. Alright. Shelf holders, these little putty colored things I showed, these are really old. This is really old school. They do work, and since I have them, I have to use them. But they've got really cool ones now. They've got white ones, stainless steel, which I know everybody's going to do. Black, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, they got different varieties. They're much stronger now, much better quality. So I highly recommend shopping around for the best price and the best color to coordinate with all your dishes. Okay. Oh, and a word about dishes. Here's some bowls that I grabbed from here, and I use these, every once in a while. But see how yellow they are? And they're really dirty because things fall into them. I don't know how, it just happens. As you're cleaning your shelves in your kitchen or wherever, it's a good idea to just run the dishes that are in that cabinet through the dishwasher. Why the dishwasher? Because the dishwasher cleans glass really, really well. If it's delicate stuff, of course you want to, wash it by hand. But I recommend the dishwasher, and it dries it for you. Of course, using off-peak hours energy, since we have an alleged crisis. But it's a good idea to do that because, sometimes you get this little yellow gooky stuff in the bottom of bowls and stuff. So you might as well do that while you're here. And you can do it while you're cleaning the shelf and multitask. Okay. Another thing, I know there's a lot of people out there, the people who put plastic on their cushions and sofas, those peoples, you don't need to do that anymore, by the way. We've come a long way in cleaning technology. Those same people like to put contact paper or old newspapers on shelves in the kitchen for fear that they might stain the shelves in the kitchen. Okay, first of all, if you get the shelf stained, and it's ruined, and then you end up ruining the whole cabinet eventually, that's a really good excuse to get some new cabinets. Hint, hint. Also, when you do that, it just looks messy. It doesn't look very neat. And since I mentioned these are chipboards, the shelves here, it's basically laminate, seared onto chips of wood. It's not high quality stuff, so who cares if it gets dirty? I don't really care. It's pretty thin. Ooh, we can use our tape measure. In the olden days, they used to do particle board, which was pretty good. And in the olden days before that, they used real wood. But that's way before my time. Okay, so this is like half an inch thick. The boards from this kitchen, before it was remodeled into the late 80s Vogue, whatever, wood grain pattern, those were about 3/4 of an inch thick. Before that, like I said, it was real wood and it had the, the little knots and the wood grain. This is fake faux wood grain. That's why it's so nice looking, because it's faux. But, faux has its drawbacks, just like genuine stuff. So just be aware of that, and you don't need to put contact paper on it. Also, putting contact paper, the sticky stuff, is really hard to get exactly straight without any bubbles. Really, really hard, and frankly not worth the time. You'd be better off cleaning the cabinets more frequently than using that. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, I had some little extraction tools. These are just little tools from my mini tool cabinet that I use for jewelry making and frame making, repairing, that kind of stuff, to get little things out. Okay, let's see. So, we have our adhesive remover, and this is a cute little one I got. It's because it's cuter and it's smaller and I like it. And it smells better than the Goo Gun. And it's in a spray, which I like spray formats for most things. So we're going to get rid of the little bit of adhesive that was stuck on here where the dots were. Now, the best way to do this so things don't drip onto the floor, assuming your floor is clean, of course, is spray very close and directly onto your paper towel. Remembering to use a fresh paper towel, a clean one every time. And use one that's 2-ply, not 1-ply. And use one that's plain white, not with little pictures and colors and patterns on them, because those patterns and things will stain. And they run. And then we just rip. So, oh, that came out really nicely. This stuff's been here a while, so it shouldn't take too long. And you can use this to get the rest of it off. And then, oh yes, I did bring a handy dandy step stool, or you can bring like a little miniature ladder if you need it. It's always a good idea. Make sure you have firm footing. Don't use like a rolling chair or a bench or something. Those things will wobble. This is certified to step onto. And this way we're closer to the nasty fluorescent lights we have. So, okay. And you're probably like, why are you cleaning this and removing the goo? Because you're going to need the goo when you put the new ones on. Well, this is true. However, we want new goo because the old goo is not as sticky. It's been exposed to air. And according to when this kitchen was remodeled, which was certainly before I got here, like I said, I think around the late 80s, that's a long time, and it's not very sticky anymore. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to do this side. And by the way, when we clean the cabinets, we want to clean the outside of the cabinet door, the inside of the door, the sides, top, bottom, and the sides here, as well as the shelves. And we're going to take a top-down, backward, front approach so that everything we're finished with remains clean while we're working on the next layer. It's a layer system. And again, spraying directly onto the cloth. And your rib. And when I'm looking like this and squinting on the side, I'm just checking to see if I got all the adhesive because I may not be able to see it looking face forward at it, but I can see if there's a little bit of a bug. That means that there's some sticky stuff still there. So, and I apologize for the lighting in advance, it's kind of bad. I have to switch out all the fluorescents in the house, and I've only gotten to the pantry so far, not to the other areas. I think I mentioned this way back. Actually, on episode 1. Yeah, the Captain Pike episode. If I switch out any light bulbs in a set of 3 or whatever, I switch them all out at the same time, because when one goes, then the other 2 are likely to follow. So, anyway, same philosophy extends to fluorescents. And, by the way, when I change fluorescents, I'll clean the lighting fixture, well, not the fixture, but, the plastic covering it, and the ceiling area around it. And I don't really like to wear gloves when I'm doing this, mostly because if I can't feel with my hands, then I don't know if I've done cleaning a certain section. See, the light's really bad, so I can't tell. Yeah, see here, I didn't get it off. Nasty stuff. Maybe it stuck better than I thought. Okay. I'm going to need more spray here. I think I accidentally stuck sticky stuff from one of my other wiping areas. Okay. And when we're done, we want to make sure we clean and wipe off our sticky stuff remover tool. And anything like this is fine. Sometimes I have to go to more dangerous equipment, as it were, which means I use my X-Acto knives to get out really bad stuff. But sometimes when I do that, I end up doing more whittling and woodworking than I'd care to admit to. Okay, and it looks like someone, but I know it was me, didn't clean this well the last time I used it. I'm doing way too many projects around the house right now, but I kind of have to. Because once you do one project, you kind of realize you have to do another project before you can get to the first project, and then you're like, well, shoot, I might as well do this while I'm at it here too, so I don't have to do it again. Anyway, it just becomes this huge mess, because then you're still trying to do maintenance work in all the other areas, and then sometimes you have things like little kitty cats that make messes, and yak up hairballs, food, other stuff. It seems to be a never-ending issue. And I keep meaning to create a spreadsheet and schedule out all my errands, and yet I don't seem to be able to get it together to do that either. Anyway, I'm trying to do more productive stuff lately. For those of you who are new to daytime television and sort of hooked to it right now, once you figure out that you've memorized all the lines to all the episodes of Saturday Night Live, you may want to move on to something else. So, this is for when you're ready to do something else and you're wandering aimlessly around the hardware store, like, ooh, cool project. Ooh, cool, neat, I haven't been here so long. You'll know what to pick up, and try to contain it to one project area at a time, and remember to save the receipts. So if you're doing an improvement or a repair to your house, you'll need the receipts. And make photocopies of the receipts so you have them, especially for receipts that are printed on, thermal transfer paper or something, because the stuff fades after a while, and then you can't see it. You should always write on your receipts date, total dollar amount, methodology of payment, i.e. credit card, check, cash, and reason for expense. And that'll help you. And I always put each of my receipts on an 8.5 by 11 paper, by reducing the risk of losing a little receipt in a drawer full of receipts. Now I just lose an 8.5 by 11 paper and a mountain of paper in my office. Okay, so that's done. We can put this back here. We want to try to clean up as we go. A lot of people don't do that, especially people who cook in my kitchen, and then I have to deal with a lot of post-processing, and I do not like that. Oh, also dots. Dot technology has come a long way too. You have felt dots, which is what was here traditionally, but there's also new rubber feet dots, which I think I'm going to use because I like these better. They're cooler. This is so old school. It reminds me of my brownie uniform. Or you can also, if you're hardcore, do like a sort of a Berber carpet stripe. Use sparingly and only on very frequently used cabinets, like your liquor cabinet. Okay. And you'll want to wipe down and clean off any adhesive or also any like Arm Roll type stuff, because the sticky things will like slide right off of those, or so I'm told. Okay, so this is done, so we can get rid of this. Okay, now to clean the shelves, I've actually discovered a shortcut. And I'm going to do a show on these eventually, probably my next show, because it'll be an easy one for me. Wipes. All kinds of wood cleaning product manufacturers now have wipified their products, as have other people. And they're pre-moistened cloths. And what it does is it saves you the time and effort of using a paper towel and a spray bottle. And it's good for the environment. What I like to do to double my cleaning efforts, because since I'm already saving time by not having to rip off a sheet of paper towel and spray, because then you're using two hands, that's why you're just using one hand, but I'm going to go back to two. First of all, lemon fresh. Okay, grab a couple of these pre-moistened wipes. Grab the cleaner. These wipes are moistened, but not enough, as far as I'm concerned. So what I do to give myself a little bit of thickness is I get two wipes, spray the wood cleaner. Oh, shake. Okay, what this will do is it'll save me a step, or it'll save me one trip on the step stool. I know it sounds kind of idiotic, but really, it's not that idiotic. Okay, and using our previously mentioned methodology, I'm going to do top to bottom, and I'm doing this outside part because this is insignificant in the grand scheme of the top to bottom, backwards front cleaning. Now I'm going to clean the top, and I'm also looking for structural issues in the cabinet, if there are any, because some of this work was done by old man Anderson, and he might possibly have taken some shortcuts. Never sure. But I'd rather err on the side of caution. Okay. And just make sure he did things the way I would do it. And I can see a stain from where the shelf has been all these years. It's just a line across the back here. simple. I'm not, this was the glass bowl cabinet, I guess, and Japanese food serving set, eating set, and pirate stuff. So, that being the case, I know there wasn't too much stuff in here that was really nasty. It certainly didn't have any food, so there's not a concern for bugs, that kind of thing. I'm noticing a couple of little stains, but we'll just pretend that's part of the natural wood grain. And yeah, this was really tough. I had to hammer in some nails here, so I'm trying to do it like this, which means I'm not leveraging very well what little strength I have. Kind of annoying. Anyway. And since I have to clean the floors after this, I'm going to let some of the dust fall to the floor. I'm trying not to do it too much, mostly because if I go barefoot on the floor, then I don't want to, have anything embed itself into one of my toes. I have enough toe problems as it is. So we don't need these. Oh, by the way, I do not like buying those sets that are like his and hers, pink and blue. They're not very good quality. I don't recommend it at all. Stick to the good quality stuff. But for me, I like these because it's a soft handle. And it also matches my soft handled tools in the kitchen. I have a whole drawer of soft handled tools. A long time ago, I sent them an email and I said, hey, you guys should have like a club, like collect each tool, and here's the new tool, but they never did that. Go figure. Of course, I tell it to every company that has products that I collect, and none of them seem to listen. So we'll let the chips fall where they may. You'll also notice if there's any holes or entries for bugs to get in. And we definitely do not like bugs. The bug in. How are we doing on time? Ooh, we're almost out of time. Okay, we'll wipe a little quicker. Make sure you get into the corners. And these cloths are good because they don't tear and rip. And especially get the bottom because that's where you're picking up the cabinet from. Or, that's where you're handling from, is right here. Get the outside because chances are something got splashed on it somehow when somebody spilled something. Lower cabinets have that more. Do the outside. Okay, do the underneath. Okay, gotta do this side. Don't forget the top, that's where the dust collects. And like I said, do this corner. This is probably the most important corner. Make sure you use something that's approved for cleaning on wood or whatever your cabinet is made out of. And you want to make sure that if it's wood, that it remains moisturized. Wood, like hands, need moisture. Okay. And if you're looking at it in the right light, make sure that, you got all the stains. Okay, you can still see me. Okay. Check the hardware while you're here. And don't forget the underneath. Okay. And now the shelves. There's a front side and a back side. The front side has the finished laminate. And we're just going to wipe everything because, like I said, I did sand these down. We want to make sure we get rid of all the sand. We don't want sand in our food. Okay. And it looks nice and clean. Okay, this is kind of annoying. Anyway, whoops. Aha! I have put something in the wrong place. So I'll have to end the show on sort of an uneven note. And I have much work to do after the show is over. In any case, I'm the Anal Retentive Housewife, saying it's not just a show, it's a way of life.